Now we want to go to the lesson for today. I have titled this lesson today, The Allness of Spirit. The Allness of Spirit. I would like us to take a little time and think about this title, The Allness of Spirit. The completeness of spirit. The wholeness of spirit. Everything is possible with spirit, with God, with the universe. Think about it. It's the same spirit that is in all locations at the same time with every completeness that it has. Wherever you are, it's complete, it's full, it's whole. Here I am, it's complete, it's full, it's whole, 247. So let's get into the lesson. Today, I want us to discuss the allness of spirit, the completeness, like I said before, of this power that we have and that we are connected to, and we are one with it. So imagine everything that I've said. It's complete, it's whole, it's available 247. You are one with it, you are connected to it. Imagine moving around all the time with this magnitude of power, with this wholeness. The greatness that is deep within at the center of our being. You often hear us, Dr. Greg, say that deep at the center of our being is an infinite well of love, of power, of everything good. You are one with spirit, you're dovetailed with it. And what we gather each time here is to always work towards aligning ourselves with the divine. Because when we are dovetailed with the divine, there is flow, there is direction, there is wisdom, there is understanding, there is clarity. So today we want to dig deeper into our understanding of the boundless nature of God's presence, or spirit divine. It has no boundaries. There are no barriers. You enter a caveat or a place and spirit is not there. Nothing limits it. It's everywhere. And when it's everywhere, it comes in its wholeness. It doesn't come in 20% proportion. It comes complete, full, accessible to you, to me. We are one with it all the time. So God's Spirit is present within the created world. Every living being, every aspect of existence, the Spirit is there, complete. God is all there is. There is nothing else. It's one energy that's alive, unfolding in all places. You know, the extent of the allness of spirit that we here perceive and know is the extent to which we allow it, to which we open our mind to. So it also determines the extent of our operation and the resultant effect. Because the more of the allness of spirit that you know and imbibe and connected with, the more you see manifest on the outside. So at the same time, it exists beyond and above the material world, surpassing every limitations. So what does that mean? It means that if you let spirit with its allness into your challenges, definitely there will be a solution, there will be a resolution. Because it's not limited by anything. The only limit it has, it's our mind. And sometimes our limitations is because we've not allowed ourselves to grasp fully. And how will we do that? When we constantly listen to these words, our faith will raise our consciousness and we begin to know and imbibe more of that understanding of who spirit is. So our classes always discuss the truth how vast the Spirit's limitless presence is. Always, 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 always. That's what we talk about. That is the truth. That is the essence of this gathering. Because when we understand who we are connected to, and begin to operate in that understanding, then things on the outside will definitely change for our own good. The Allness of Spirit. I like this title so much, the Allness of Spirit. So when we deeply understand this truth, it can bring great comfort, definitely solace, particularly in times of uncertainty and doubt. So when you understand the Spirit and how it operates, and how nothing is impossible with Spirit. So imagine you going into a situation, a challenge, with that understanding, with that knowing that all is well. You walk into a place with challenges. You know in the mind of God, it's already done. So you come with that understanding, prepared on the physical realm to solve the solution, knowing that the outcome is definitely perfect, good. It's unfolding for your own good. That's a wonderful thing to always know, to be assured that victory is certain. So we're just walking in faith, taking our steps, knowing that everything is working out for our own good. That Spirit got our back all the time. Yeah, I often say that the thoughts of the Spirit of God for us are thoughts of good, not of bad, to give us a hope and a future and to bring us to an expected end. That is an aspect of the Allness of Spirit. That's what it does. It's already settled. We are to walk into that understanding, into that wisdom, into that knowing, and begin to operate in it. And each time we discuss this truth of wholeness, completeness, and abundance, we remind you of Spirit's nature and your oneness with it. Because, sincerely, everything we want to talk about is based on understanding of who you are, who you are connected to. Because once we know that, we have our heads up, knowing that in any situation, victory is assured. Our oneness with Spirit, our oneness with God. Yeah, in it we often say we move, we live, and we have our being. Yes, you are one with all that there is. And we all gather here to learn how to use it. That's the thing again, we learn how to use it. You try it, practice it today. Oh, I'm trusting, I'm doing my affirmation, all is well. And you walk out in that faith, knowing that all is well, and see things as they unfold for you every day. The truth can uplift us, strengthen our faith, and remind us of the love and presence of Spirit. And like I said earlier, it's 24/7. It's available to you, to me, 24/7, in the same magnitude. The power, the energy does not reduce or slumber. Oh, it's low current. No, it's full all the time. Full all the time. It's almost like going to how much you hunger and thirst for it, or how much container you have to scoop from the pool. If you have a small container, then you get for the capacity you want. For whatever capacity you want, it's available. It's like a magic wand. You can wave it and channel it for your own good. The Allness of Spirit is a concept that reminds us of the infinite nature of our existence. So don't ever limit yourself and think and limit yourself with your dreams, with what you can do or what you cannot do. That is, let me call it carnal limitations. Whatever you set your mind to do, you would achieve, because you're connected to power itself. You're connected to this spirit we are talking about. It's a reminder that we are not limited by the physical world, but we are connected to a greater power that flows through us and encompasses all things that there is. Imagine the ocean's vastness stretching as far as the eye can see. Every water droplet is connected, forming a unified body of immense power and beauty. Like the ocean, the Allness of Spirit reminds us that we are part of something greater. You're part of a force that is greater than you, greater than you can imagine. We are not separate individuals, but interconnected beings sharing the divine energy that permeates everything. That's why when we say namaste, we are saluting this spirit, the divine that is in you. It's in you, it's in everything. It's in the ocean, it's in the air we breathe. It's in everything you can think or imagine or see. It's everywhere. Consider how, without conscious effort, our body orchestrates complex processes like circulating blood. We don't think about it, but the heart is pumping always. Pumping blood in and out of the heart, circulating the whole body. Everything. You have an injury, it sends signals to the brain, and the platelets and all of them begin to work for clotting and all that. This is the spirit working all the time, or turning light into images in our mind. We don't give a thought about that, but it just happens. These miracles, yes indeed, these miracles remind us of the intelligence and the divine energy flowing through us, guiding every aspect of our being. Think of even the lilies, the birds, and the lilies that will come and be very beautiful, and the sun will hit them, and the next day they're out. The birds are provided for. How much more you, the same spirit? So why do we want to kill ourselves, wondering or thinking about what tomorrow would, how tomorrow will unfold? Once you're connected with spirit, it's the same spirit, the same allness of spirit, the same God that feeds the lilies, the birds, the same that will provide for you. So when we have this level of understanding and faith that God is all that there is, and we are connected to it, we bother ourselves less on things that are not relevant. We trust the unfoldment of life, that things are working out for our own good. These miracles remind us of, like I said before, this intelligence. It flows through you, it flows through me, it's everywhere. All we have to do is to tune it and align ourselves to it. You have been blessed with so much talent. You are created to be victorious. You are created to be victorious. We gather each time to remember and to remind you that we are one with this power. And our classes, Wednesday, Thursdays, and Sundays, we want everyone to learn how to use this power, to learn how to go within, access it, and use it for your own good. So what's that you have in your hand? Sometimes we begin to think, oh, I can't do this. I do not have the talent to. But we have all been created with gifts and talent. You have it. If only we are willing to use it, it will grow, it will expand if you become aware of it and use it. We have all been blessed with it. We've been blessed to be victorious. We've been blessed to be expansive. Spirit's ultimate desire for us is to expand and to go and to express ourselves freely. That's what we are here to do. That's the desire of the Spirit for us. In this ever-changing world, we often face trials and challenges. So when we're faced with these things, what do? Do we run and start screaming that, oh, someone is out to get me, and start doing the fairness thing? Oh, it's not fair, this is not right. Nobody's out to get you. It's just your mind playing games on you. Sometimes we feel overwhelmed by life, overwhelmed by our responsibilities. At times like this, we find ourselves discouraged and filled with fear and doubt. It happens. We also have regrets. We wish for a better yesterday. Or we remorse, we regret some things. But like we always hear, we have to find a way to let go of the past and create the present moment reality. As Louise advised, we have to find a way to release the past and forgive ourselves and everyone. We want to travel light. We want to be sensitive to the Spirit. We must find a way to be alive in the now, because the demonstrations, the power, it's in the present moment. We want to access this allness of spirit. It's in the present moment, when we are not worried about the future or the past. Like we always say, the point of power is in the present moment. We want to release the past and forgive everyone and everyone. There is one life, and we are all interconnected. When we start to understand that everything is spirit and everything is God activity, when you start to understand that everything is unfolding in perfect order, and that our challenges, know what will happen to the problems, they will melt like wax before the fire. Because you're no longer focusing on the problem, you're focusing on possibility. You're focusing on spirit. So you're giving more of your attention to spirit, and possibility overwhelms you and your being. And the problem decreases, becomes very insignificant. And in that focus to the divine, there's inspiration, there's solution, there's power, there's awakening, there's a quickening. So as we practice and use this available power, we will also become, when we have this understanding, then we can operate like the eagle that looks forward to the storm. And we don't run away from the challenge or the storm. Because one, we know that challenge, it's only for one purpose, to take us to the next level. And this is understanding how spirit works, how the divine works. The challenge is not there to kill you or to set you back. It's actually an orchestration by the divine to move you to this next level, just like the eagle looks forward to the storm. So when the storm comes, we don't run helter-skelter. We rather calm ourselves down and go within. Look for solutions, seek for those solutions, because they are there. Knowing who we are connected to. Knowing that spirit is always available 24/7. So we mount up with wings like eagle and face the storm, because it's taking us to the next level. So we want to use that power and have faith that life always responds to us. That's what it does. Responding. Again, when we also understand the allness of spirit, its completeness, its guidance, it becomes like an internal guidance system. It's always there. We always talk about taking that pause and go within. It always speaks. It always directs. And it will lead you if you take the time to listen. And those are the things we want to always practice, to listen. In your quiet time or meditation, listen to the Spirit. It's always speaking. Again, when we talk about the allness of Spirit, we are talking about its omnipresence. We mean that it's present in every single moment, in every corner of the universe, and present within. Like I said in the beginning, Spirit is everywhere. And its presence everywhere, it's complete. It's present where you are in its fullness, not partially, in its fullness. It's present where I am in its fullness. There's, in every corner of the universe, I'm present within. Time, space, or physical boundaries do not limit its presence. Spirit, again, I say, it's everywhere. Its presence, it's a present, it's not an absence. It's everywhere. Everywhere. It's not confined by time or space limitations, but rather transcends all of it. All of them. The allness of Spirit. They're talking about how vast, how full, how complete, how big the presence of Spirit is. And again, think about not just the allness of Spirit, and you are one with it. You are connected to this. That is the beautiful thing, that you are one with it. And you can let it in to completely direct you. Know also that you can transcend that challenge if you hold on to this truth, that you are one with Spirit. Simple. That challenge you can overcome if you begin to operate and allow Spirit take control through you. Isn't that comforting enough? That challenge or whatever you're going through, that you can actually transcend it by allowing Spirit in its fullness to direct. When we feel overwhelmed by the busyness and the stress that comes with it, we can allow Spirit to direct all the time. So let's take a moment to lift our hearts and minds above these earthly confines and embrace the boundless presence of Spirit. No matter where you find yourself right now, whether in thoughts of despair or listening to this lesson, know that the Spirit is with you and within you. It's a presence, not an absence. It's always there. Its manifestation will depend on the extent to which you allow it. Again, this allness of Spirit, it's not a distant force or an abstract concept. It's living, breathing presence that dwells within and around us. We constantly breathe in the life from presence of Spirit. It's there. When we fully grasp this omnipresence of Spirit, we begin to see every moment as an opportunity for connection and communion with it. It takes constantly shifting our focus, like I said, from the challenge from all the busyness around, to knowing the Spirit is available always. It's available. In the ordinary moments of our life, the mundane tasks, the random encounters, we can experience the divine. It's there all the time. And that's why we often say things like, I can see peace instead of anything. Because that is you speaking life, speaking the words of the Spirit, refocusing yourself. I can see peace instead of anything. I can see good in the turmoil, the good and the God. That's what we are here for. We always encourage you to take moments to pause, breathe in the life, and commune with Spirit and the power. And tell yourself, all is well. All is well. All is well all the time. And as often as we do this, you know what? When we do this, we're redirecting our thoughts, our actions. Everything around us changes. We are opening ourselves for positive energy. So imagine the incredible power that ignited the stars, that spawned the galaxies into being and breathed life into the earth. That same force, that same energy isn't just out there in the cosmos. It's pulsing through you right now. That's the same life force. You have access to it. It's the same life force that is moving through you. It's available to you. So we ultimately are connected to the divine, a connection so strong, so fundamental, that any force in the universe cannot break it. It's in the air we breathe, the ground we walk on, the very fabric of our being, the allness of spirit. Dr. Holmes tapped into this profound truth, recognizing that this presence isn't just around us, it's alive within us in everything we see, in everything we touch, and every experience. Spirit is everywhere. It's not far, it's everywhere, it's within. And of course, we always say that we are not bystanders in this thing life. We are active participants. Inside you, inside me, inside all of us, now is an extraordinary power. A slice of the infinite that's waiting to be acknowledged, embraced, and expressed. And that's why we always talk about that journey without its distance. And we learn how to use that for our own good. We exist within this power, and it responds to us. That's what it does all the time. It's like having a conversation with the universe itself. It responds anytime, all the time. So we are always using this power, but once we wake up to our true nature, once we recognize our oneness with the divine, we start to use this power intentionally and constructively. The power is available to you, it's available to me, and we can use it. So I want to invite you right now, right here we are, if you want to close your eyes and imagine tapping into that infinite well of wisdom and love. Which area do you need this spirit, the completeness, the wholeness of spirit? Imagine that. Imagine spirit moving all around within you, your affairs, your situations, everything. It comes with solution. Feel yourself surrounded, supported, cherished by a presence that knows no bound. A presence that has equipped you with everything you need for your journey through life. That's what the Spirit does. In all our classes, we always share this excitement, discovering together how to embrace this all-encompassing Spirit, to let it guide and inspire us. And when we do this, we are opening ourselves to infinite possibilities. Boundless love, abundance that flows within, all around us. And remember, always remember, you're not just a drop in the ocean. You are the ocean in a drop. Just like Spirit, you are complete, you are whole. Everything that made you feel less of that has brought you to a place to know that all those things worked out for your own good. You are complete, you are whole, you're unique, you're magnificent. And you're an expression of this, the allness of Spirit. This understanding isn't just to empower us, it's transformative. It's to invite us to live our lives from a state of wonder, gratitude, and profound connection. That is what the Spirit does. We are connected. It's complete. The allness, the completeness, the wholeness of Spirit. I'd like to read a small story, then we'll discuss as usual to know how you're doing, how you're practicing this teaching. So it's a short story. In a small village, a young girl named Mubi felt disconnected from the world around her. She wandered the woods, feeling lost and alone, until one day she stumbled upon an ancient tree. As she sat under its vast canopy, a gentle breeze whispered through the leaves, and Mubi felt a profound peace envelop her. In that moment, something within her shifted. She realized that the same life force pulsing through the tree was also pulsing within her. The air she breathed, the ground she walked upon, and the sky above, everything was interconnected by a divine energy. Mubi returned to her village, her heart alight with a newfound understanding. She began to see the divine in everything and everyone. Challenges that once seemed insurmountable now felt like opportunities to grow and learn, because there was an understanding. There was an insight into the operations of the Spirit. She discovered her voice and used it to spread kindness and encouragement, touching the lives of those around her in ways she never imagined. So the same power, again, that turns the seed into trees, that the same power that you plant a seed, after a few days, it will germinate and grow into a tree, guides the stars in their courses, and breathes life into every being. Think about that Spirit. Think about that force, whatever you want to call it. Mubi had discovered the allness of Spirit that we are talking about. And in doing so, she found herself. That the same Spirit that does all this, it's also in you. It's everywhere, all the time. So this is to remind us the essence of the divine is not something distant or separate from us. It's all around. For Mubi, it was just the breeze as they speak through the leaves. She had an insight, call it a revelation. And she began to understand that the same spirit that is in all these things is also in me. There's a peace that passes all understanding when we open ourselves and get in tune with the operations of the Spirit. It's like connecting ourselves to infinite possibilities that's been there. It's just that we're waking up to it. So as we navigate our journey, let us remember Mubi's story, that we are all magnificent expressions of the allness of spirit. We are capable of transforming our world from inside out. You have the power. You have been created with everything you need for life and godliness. And we can operate knowing that the universe, spirit has our back. And so it is.